No one knew what was wrong with Karan, not even Karan himself. On the outside, he looked normal, successful even. He had a steady job, a car, polite manners, and a smile that worked like a mask. But inside his head was a room he could never leave. It was always lit, always noisy. Thoughts banged on the walls like caged birds, ideas he never acted on, regrets he never resolved, memories that played on a loop like broken film reels. Every night he tried to sleep, but the room refused to dim. Even when his eyes were shut, the lights inside were on, brutally bright. Sometimes he imagined what silence might feel like, but he had forgotten the sound of peace. His mind had become a city that never slept, a place where overthinking wore a suit and sat behind every decision, second-guessing everything, whispering, "Are you sure?" 1,000 times a day. He envied people who could sit still, people who could look out the window without turning it into a question, a theory, or a hypothetical disaster. His therapist once said, "Karan, you're not broken. You're just exhausted from trying to control a world that never promised you certainty." He smiled, nodded, and went back to the room. The truth was, he didn't know how to be without his thoughts. They were chaos, yes, but they were his chaos. One day, while waiting for a train, he saw a monk sitting on the platform. No phone, no book, just sitting, breathing. He watched him for 20 minutes, not a twitch, not a flinch. It made Karan uncomfortable. How can someone do nothing and still feel okay? That night, he looked in the mirror and whispered, "I want that. Not peace, not calm, not even happiness, just stillness." The next morning, he did something terrifying. He sat in silence for 5 minutes. Just 5. His mind screamed, twisted, rebelled. It threw shame, fear, anxiety, even childhood memories at him. But he stayed, and slowly, the room inside his head flickered. A light went off, not all, but one. The next day, another. Day by day, minute by minute, he trained himself to sit without solving, to feel without fixing, to exist without explanation. It didn't make the noise vanish, but it taught him to stop reacting to every echo. And one day he woke up and realized the room was still there, but he was no longer locked inside. It's not that his mind had changed, it's that he had stopped believing every thought was a command. He had found the difference between thinking and being consumed by thoughts. And that, he realized, is the beginning of wisdom, to live inside your mind without being ruled by it. Most people never escape. They decorate the room, install better lighting, play affirmations on the walls, but never learn how to walk out. Karan had learned, not by fighting the mind, but by watching it gently, like clouds drifting across the sky. He wasn't perfect, but he was free. And in a world that worships productivity, opinions, and noise, a free mind is the most radical rebellion. If this story stirred something in you, a moment of silence, a breath of clarity, or even just a small shift, subscribe to this channel. Not for me, but for you. For the part of you that's tired of noise and ready to remember stillness.